a huge superstar shakeup week where we saw a lot of guys move, title changes, and surprising draftees, that's for sure. So, I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my three co-hosts, the Bizarre One, Dave, Justin, and Alex. How you guys doing this evening?
What's up, guys?
Phenomenal.
All right, good, good, good. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, the Raw shakeup. We have a huge title change to talk about. What else? Nice little main event we got on SmackDown Live tonight. And what else? Oh, Rusev news as well to touch on because, yes, the whole drama with Rusev, Lana, and The Undertaker casket match seems like it is back on. I think Sunday or maybe Monday they announced that Rusev was back in the match and is going to face The Undertaker in the casket match. Also, what else? And Lana said that he has her permission to be back in the match. But Alex, you read a little bit more on this, so let us know what you read up on this on the dirt sheets.
Yeah, so like we've all been, this whole Rusev situation has been very confusing. We don't know what is a work, what is actually real. So apparently there are three conflicting stories. One that I'm reading is that Rusev had gotten heat from that TMZ article because the TMZ article had stated that Lana and Rusev said they were going to beat Taker's old ass. And then obviously when they found out that that wasn't the case, as Rusev and Lana never said anything like that, that could be a reason why they changed the match. Another reason is that he could have possibly gotten heat for the tweet of "Bury me softly, brother." Yes, it was like kind of cheeky, but to the WWE they probably saw it as you're being ungrateful. And this is me paraphrasing, not being a Taker fan, guys. And the third one is just Lana's involvement. So nobody really knows what is happening still. That's what we've got so far.
Right now on YouTube, we are live. If you go to YouTube, Get the Tables podcast, we are live on YouTube. Right now, it is on audio. We do not have our faces up on camera. I have mine off at the moment, but maybe next week or maybe Saturday show, we will be going live on camera. Also, don't forget, everybody, on Sunday, we will be doing an Impact Wrestling Redemption post show right after Redemption goes off air. Dave and I will go live on Sunday night and give you our thoughts on what went down on Redemption. Don't forget, it's that huge triple threat match: Pentagon, Austin Aries, and Phoenix. It's Phoenix, right? Correct. Going for the Impact World title. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm sorry?
They also added another match. It's going to be Aerostar versus Drago.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Lucha Ground stuff going on that Impact show. So I hope you guys can join us Sunday night. And also, I just want to give y'all a huge thanks. Again, if you don't notice, if you hit our name on the Periscope app tonight, you will see a silver badge around our show. So thank you guys for that. We are VIP status on Periscope. Thank you because of you guys. So thank you, everybody, for getting us that status. I applied for it this weekend, and we were accepted on Monday. So I appreciate you guys getting us to that level. It's a lot of hard work on both sides. You coming in here and watching our shows that can go for very long, and for these three guys joining us every night when they can. So we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. So let's jump right into the roster shakeup tonight. And last night as well. A lot of huge names switching shows. I'm not sure which one is the biggest one because we saw a lot of good ones and a lot of, I guess, maybe bad ones in your opinion. I think Dave, I think it's Dave. Is it Dave? I don't know who. We're fine. Kurt Angle opened the show last night. Welcomed everybody to the show and the Superstar Shakeup. And that's when one of the Singh brothers interrupted Kurt Angle and introduced Jinder Mahal, the new member of the Raw roster. So I think everybody at that point thought, oh, okay, Jinder Mahal going to Raw. We're most likely going to see SmackDown get maybe Seth Rollins in the IC title. Well, that wasn't the case. Jinder Mahal was put in a title match right off the bat, which was against Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy ended up getting the win over Jinder Mahal. The rematch will be at the Greatest Royal Rumble, but also tonight, if you did not see as well, Jeff Hardy was drafted to SmackDown Live. So we'll go with Alex first. Your thoughts of Jeff Hardy winning the U.S. title, Jinder Mahal to Raw, and Jeff Hardy to SmackDown Live. Hey, what's up, Ed? Hey, what's up, Adam? How you doing? Thank you, Michael Berry. Appreciate that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, just first off, I just want to say congratulations, Tony. This is an awesome accomplishment on GTT, getting this accomplishment on Periscope. And to anyone that's been checking out the YouTube stream right now, we really appreciate it. This is a big milestone, and I would really appreciate if you guys just share it on Twitter, just the link. And with that said, I liked it. I liked it. I mean, that's how you do a shakeup, right? I like the match a lot. I think this was probably Jinder's best match I've seen in a while. I don't know if that's just me, but I loved it a lot. I enjoyed it, and great surprise. I mean, I'm glad that Hardy is now is even a Grand Slam champion. Like he literally has every title but the women's title, I think.
Yeah, they even said that. I saw on Facebook someone said he's bigger than a Grand Slam champion because he also has won the light heavyweight championship. Even wasn't he the European title holder once?
I was just gonna say the European title as well. I believe so.
So he has held every title known to man in WWE. So congratulations to Jeff Hardy. Man, that was a huge moment for him last night, especially what he has been going through the last couple of weeks. So congratulations to Jeff Hardy, and only things can get better from here. Also, thank you. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing Brandon Mechanic's T-shirt tonight. Brandon won his fight over the weekend. He did post some video. I'm sure he'll post whenever he wants to post when he got that knockout. Impressive victory for him. So everybody, if you can, send him a congratulations because this guy kicked ass over the weekend. So, Justin, your thoughts? Jeff Hardy to SmackDown Live, Jinder Mahal to Raw, and Jeff Hardy, your new United States champion.
Well, first of all, I think it's a good move for Mahal to be on Raw. I mean, this is a breath of fresh air, I guess you could say, for him. We're going to definitely, obviously, get new storylines for him. So I think it's going to be great. And like Alex said, yeah, this is probably one of his best matches in a while. I mean, Samir Singh, of course, he intervened a couple times, which he's always going to do anyway. But, yeah, it was a good match. And I'm absolutely glad that Hardy won. And I'm really glad that he's on SmackDown now, just to get him out of the shadow of Matt Hardy. So I think it's going to be real good for Jeff in the long run.
Okay. What about you, Dave? I know you're the big Jeff Hardy guy. I know you wanted him to go to SmackDown Live. I know you even mentioned it a while back before we even had the Superstar Shakeup even mentioned. Your thoughts? Him, the United States champ, Jinder Mahal to Raw. Are you interested to see what they do to Jinder Mahal on Raw, or you do not care? Your thoughts?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right. Yeah, I'm happy about Jeff Hardy. I mean, Jinder Mahal situation. I mean, hey, this is the first time we've had all three guys on the same show. Unless Heath got drafted to SmackDown that I don't know about later on tonight. What about the reformation of 3MB? I mean, come on, everyone.
Vince took one look at Drew McIntyre and said, "Yup, you're going to." I'm serious.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is a new Drew McIntyre, that's for sure.
It's also a new gender. Too bad Heath hasn't changed at all. Touche. Very good point. I mean, it's sad, but yeah, Jinder. I have a feeling he's gonna get lost in the shuffle, honestly, on Raw because there's so many people on Raw. It's so hard to keep up. But I mean, yeah, I'm really ecstatic for Jeff. I really am because now he can be on his own on SmackDown. And congrats. I guess I didn't notice, and Graves didn't mention he was a Grand Slam champion, but yeah, I mean, congrats to that because I'm glad for Jeff. I never knew he didn't win the U.S. title either, so that's crazy, but. Yeah, I'd much rather have Jeff Hardy on Raw than Rollins because I'm more of a Jeff Hardy fan than Seth Rollins for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's good and it's funny. Have we ever – I know we'll talk about it on SmackDown, but have we ever had – and this is my personal opinion. I think the Raw match with Jeff Hardy, opening match, was the best match on the show. And I honestly think the SmackDown Live match with Jeff Hardy was the best match on the show. So, I mean, have we ever had the same guy involved in the best match on both shows?
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's the MVP of the Monday night and Tuesday night for Dave, it seems like. So everybody seems to like the move for Jeff Hardy going to SmackDown Live. Looks like they're going to keep him away from his brother Matt, which makes sense. But yeah, congrats to Jeff Hardy on winning the new United States Championship, and it looks like he will be defending it against Jinder Mahal. But also looks like he'll be thank you for the super heart, man. Dr. Huge coming through. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And also we'll be facing, I guess, maybe Randy Orton at Backlash, if I'm not mistaken. So Jeff Hardy's schedule is pretty busy the next couple of weeks. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton should be a nice a feud we haven't seen in quite some time since they are a little feud for the world title. You know what kind of threw me off guard on as well was that Jeff Hardy's a multi-time world champion. I kind of, when they said that, I was kind of blew my mind. I forgot about that. He's won the title 3 times. It kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, congrats to Jeff Hardy. Backstage segment with Jinder Mahal. We saw No Way Jose interrupt Jinder Mahal. So looks like we see our impossible new feud for Jinder Mahal with No Way Jose. Anything on that, guys, or do you just want me to move on? Any thoughts on that?
Dean Ambrose is coming back as a heel. He's gonna go take his revenge.
That's right. He's gonna beat the shit out of No Way Jose. So
Ambrose is gonna beat up No Way Jose.
I will say this: I do enjoy No Way Jose more than Adam Rose or Brodus Clay.
And did he almost sound Jamaican last night, or is that just me?
No, just very Dominican.
I was gonna say because
he's Cuban or something like that, I believe.
Who? No Way Jose?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I love No Way Jose. He's one of my favorites. I love that guy.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was live and that song was playing, I'd be dancing.
For the most part, he's over. Like when it wasn't for the most part a Mania crowd, but he was getting the chance and everything. He could be a guy that can possibly maybe I'm not going to say he will get to that level, but maybe could be an Elias where he was absolute kind of trash on NXT, and then when he moves up to the main roster, he just clicks. But I guess time will tell with that. More than likely, I'm going to probably go with a no on that. We had the rematch between Sasha Banks and Bayley last night. Even though speculation was running high, I guess only really with us, that one of them were going to be moved to SmackDown Live. It did not happen last night or tonight. None of them were moved from Raw, so they're both still on the show. But we did see a debut of the Riot Squad. They debuted last night. They ended up interfering during the match between Sasha and Bayley. All 3 members are now on Raw. Justin, your thoughts of the Riot Squad on Raw now? And it looks like this Bayley and Sasha feud is not going anywhere anytime soon.
I like it. I think they're gonna do a lot better on Raw than they did on SmackDown. I think they're gonna get a lot more exposure with it being, they're gonna have that extra hour. So I'm all for it. I mean, I'm real high on the Riot Squad. I think they're all pretty good. So I mean, they can only go up from here. So we'll see what happens.
All right, and what about this Bayley and Sasha feud? You getting tired of it? You just want to see the end of it already?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it's cool that they're starting to tease it a lot more. But
later, Chris. Thanks for joining us, man.
When they keep teasing it, it's just going to keep going on. I'm going to get tired of it and not care about it anymore. So,
yeah, and
it just needs to happen already.
I agree with you. It seems like they're trying to tease it as long as they can to hopefully get the payoff at the end, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. What about you, Dave? Your thoughts?
I think, like I told Alex earlier, I believe, I think the only reason we're seeing this with the Riot Squad is because I think they must have had huge plans for Paige and Absolution on Raw, and then Paige got injured, and now she's on SmackDown. So I think they're going to go that route with maybe the Riot Squad as maybe a bigger storyline that they wanted to do with Paige.
Thanks, Dr. Hughes. Thanks for dropping in and giving those super hearts. Do appreciate that. Yeah, that's a good point. They may have wanted to keep Absolution together with Paige, kind of like as their mentor, maybe a little bit. They didn't want to break them apart. That's a good point. What about this feud that you got going on with Bayley and Sasha? You getting tired of it? Are you excited to see the Riot Squad on Raw?
I mean, yeah, I'm good for them. I think I said Ruby was going to move, so I guess they moved them all, so it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, the Sasha and Bayley feud, I mean, people still want to see it because they want to see if they can recreate that magic they had in NXT. And we'll see if they ever give them the time and a good spot to do it. I mean, I hope they do give them a good time. I'm not really tired of it. It is getting kind of played out because it started way before WrestleMania. It was starting to heat up at Elimination Chamber. And, you know, just all that stuff heating up. I mean, it's too bad we can't get nothing going forward, which we could get it at Backlash. Who knows? I was really disappointed, though, that they stayed on Raw because
I agree with you, Red Sox fan.
I think at least one of them, it would have been cool to see both of them kind of back in teaming with Becky and Charlotte. It would have been kind of cool. Like, I was thinking, like, maybe one of them are going to make the save on tonight during that one match tonight on SmackDown. I was like, oh, that'd be really – the crowd's going to go nuts if it's Bayley or Sasha.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, if they came out, I mean, that would have been huge. I mean, why not? The Shield isn't going anywhere on Raw. That's Vince's guys. He's leaving them all on Raw. And you could have took the 4 Horsewomen and put them on SmackDown. But I guess we'll never see that. Or we might, who knows, but we'll see. But, yeah, I guess it's exciting in a way, I guess. I do want to see them get a good time and a good spot, though. I think they deserve it.
What about you, Alex? Your thoughts?
You know, just echoing what you three have said. I agree with what Dave said. And Josiah, I think we all still want to see Sasha and Bayley because
probably right, but
we got a little bit of a tease of that last night. They got scrappy, and I said it before. I am all for a much more aggressive Bayley, and yeah, if they're not going to do, I hope they do something, especially since they're going to still be on the same brand. And as for the Riot Squad, I agree with you guys. I really turned around on Ruby Riott. I really do want to see her in get a good singles push. You know.
Yeah, maybe we'll kind of get that on Raw. To me, it looks like they're going to probably feed the Riot Squad to probably Rousey and Natalya, most likely. But we'll see. I thought it was going to be Absolution, but after tonight, we saw that it's not going to happen that way. We did see AOP take on Heath Slater and Rhino. It was pretty much a squash match. Not much to talk about there. But after that, we had some pretty huge news go down where we had Miz and the Miztourage in the ring. Miz said his special guests would cause a major shift to Raw, and he introduced Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Miz says in the ring, the most collected group of talent in WWE. Miz says they are bigger than the NWO. Miz said that they will not be held down by Shane McMahon, and they want to be movie star Paige. Miz said that they are taking over, which then brought Kurt Angle out. Said that Sami and Kevin Owens had their opportunity last week, but they both failed, which then Sami Zayn brought out an email that was from Stephanie McMahon saying that they have been reinstated and are now on Raw. Everybody thought possibly we were going to see Daniel Bryan in that situation, but then the huge news that everybody was wishing for happened, which was the Miz found out last night that he was drafted to SmackDown Live with the help of Daniel Bryan a little bit because he always wanted the Miz back on SmackDown. So, Alex, your thoughts of the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn segment and your thoughts on finally getting Miz back on SmackDown Live. Hey, what's up, NoFX? How you doing?
Oh, I loved every bit of it. I think I said it. The MVP of Raw was probably that group hug celebration that they had in the beginning. I was just dying. And I love Sami Zayn with the playing like Professor Grandpa Zayn with the glasses. Mm-hmm. And it was a great segment. Too good to be true while it lasted. But obviously we got the biggest news that Daniel Bryan and The Miz will be on the same brand, and we'll talk on that when we get to SmackDown. And Yeah, I mean, this is something we've all been wanting since, what, a year and a half ago when that Talking Smack
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miz Taraj is RIP. I forgot to mention that. They are staying on Raw. And Miz is going to SmackDown Live by himself, which I think is going to be a kind of a bummer because Miz did feed off the Miz Taraj very well. And it's going to – hey, what's up, Johnny? How you doing tonight? And it's going to be kind of weird to see Miz by himself. But, hey, it may work. They are bona fide jobbers for the most part. And I'm glad they're keeping them on Raw, and hopefully maybe they'll get them a little bit involved in the tag division because Raw's tag division hey, it lost some huge guys tonight. That's for sure. Dave, your thoughts? Daniel Bryan gets his wish, Miz to SmackDown, the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to Raw.
Yeah, we kind of figured Sami Zayn and Owens go to Raw. But really quick, yes, I think it's more the fans get what they wanted. They want Miz and Bryan, so that's good. But I'm going to pause that real quick because I was thinking, like, man, can you imagine if Miz would have stayed on Raw? This little group that he was trying to form together, how dominant that group could have been. I mean, man, I was just thinking, like, man, this can be an awesome faction right here.
Yep.
I mean, man, it would have been awesome to see those four together, or five, I should say, five together, man. And I like the idea, even though we're not going to see it, but I like the idea of Miz kind of rebooting himself a little bit and going to SmackDown by himself without anyone with him. And just being himself again. I think sometimes it gets lost how good The Miz really is when he's with all this group of guys or with The Miz Taraj or when Maurice was out there with him all the time. This way we get to see The Miz being all about himself again. And I think that would really benefit and for a great storyline going forward whenever it should happen with Miz and Daniel Bryan. So I'm really looking forward to that like all of us are. We've been waiting for this. And so it's going to be really exciting and really fun going forward the next few weeks. We'll talk about more about it with The Miz when we get to SmackDown, but I feel bad for the Miz Taraj because I don't know what they're going to do. And then Sammy and Kevin, it'll be interesting to see how they get used on SmackDown. Raw.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to keep them together, maybe go at maybe the tag titles possibly. My question to myself is I wonder if they're going to maybe try to bring Maurice back with The Miz.
I doubt it because
a little bit down the line. Well, I mean, I understand that, but I'm sure they can always bring the baby along, tour bus and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe I'm not saying right away. I mean, down the line, months from now, maybe they try to bring it back possibly.
Don't have Miz throwing his baby at people just so he can get a cheap shot at him.
Oh God!
You guys know my dream. The six.
Maurice wasn't a good manager, in my opinion. Yeah, she wasn't the greatest. I'm just wondering if they're going to keep him solo by himself. I'm not hating on it. It's more for him to prove himself. Maybe you can probably mention that in promos as well. Thank you everybody again for joining us tonight. Justin, your thoughts?
Well, I was actually going to start off with saying that Sammy and Kevin should go after the Raw Tag Team titles.
Okay.
So, I think they need to keep them together for as long as they can. Maybe split them up along the lines of something how they did with Jericho and Owens. But as for right now, keep them together because they're comedy gold. They're damn good in the ring. They just mesh well together, and we all know they're pretty much best friends in real life. So
and
that's why they're
Yeah, Justin, I agree with that completely. I would get behind them as tag team champs if a certain other tag team was informed later on Raw.
That's
true. Yes.
But
very good point.
Great choice, though.
Yes, sir.
What about Miz to SmackDown Live? You feeling that?
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be badass. Like we've all said we wanted Miz versus Bryan for the longest time, and we're gonna get it. I mean this is probably gonna be the feud of the summer, ending hopefully at SummerSlam. If they put this on a pay-per-view other than SummerSlam, I don't think it'll be as good. Honestly.
I know they did kind of announce that they will be facing each other at the UK tour, but if we don't see it, it never happened in my opinion. So we'll see this match eventually down the line. It's going to definitely be like I agree with you, the feud of the summer for sure. Now I'm going to be a little bit upset about this because I think they kind of ruined a match for next Friday. If you forgot, the greatest Royal Rumble is next Friday, just in case you forgot. But we have the Revival taking on Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Winner goes on to face the Bar for the tag titles. Well, after tonight, I think they kind of spoiled that for everybody, seeing that the Bar was drafted to SmackDown Live, and they kept Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt on Raw. I don't think there's any chance in hell that we will see the Bar bring the Raw tag titles with them to SmackDown. I would be majorly shocked at that. But what are your thoughts, Dave, of the possible tag team champions of Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt?
I like it, and I really hope they break up the Bar on SmackDown. I really do, because some of the single matches that we could still see that I just would love to see on SmackDown again. Ooh, man.
Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Style. I mean, geez, some of these great matches. Even Sheamus.
That's good. That's a good point, Bob. That's a good point. What if they do win and they get sent back to Raw? That's a good point. That's a very solid good point there.
I think, and someone said that why not take this opportunity to get rid of the Raw tag titles and then just have one tag title, like unify the tag titles as one champion for both shows. Since you're already a co-branded show anyway on the pay-per-views, you really need two separate tag title matches on each show, each pay-per-view.
That's a good point. I can't argue that. That's a good point.
And it's not like they push all the tag teams that they have available anyways.
They need to merge the tag titles and world titles. Okay. What if the Bar lose and they turn on each other? I mean, I like the Bar, man, and I think they add so much to the SmackDown Live tag division. Like hey, what's up, Rob? I saw the Bar go to the tag division of SmackDown, I was like, okay, we're gonna get that Uso match we wanted. We're gonna get what else are we gonna get? New Day, the Bludgeon Brothers. That'll be good. Go ahead.
Holy shit! They have a few teams of SmackDown Live's tag division right now. Holy shit!
Yeah, SmackDown Live's tag division just got, no pun intended, phenomenal. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it went from depleted to badass.
Yeah, so are you upset that they possibly may have spoiled the match, or do you think maybe we shouldn't think that it's possibly spoiled and we may see the Bar actually may possibly win?
I don't think they're going to win the tag title down, definitely. I thought Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt were going to win the tag titles anyway because they seem to be going that route with them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do think it's an exciting matchup for me. I think the match I really want to see, honestly, is the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Bar. I mean, I don't agree with having two separate tag titles on a Backlash or whatever the pay-per-view will be going forward. I just don't think that. I think that's overkill a little bit when you have two separate tag title matches on one pay-per-view. But yeah, I think it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to see what they do with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. That's intriguing to me.
SmackDown after this shakeup needs 3 hours. Oh gosh. All right, Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I think that the Bar needed to change the scenery after they pretty much got embarrassed at WrestleMania, losing to Nicholas and Braun Strowman. They needed a big change, and they definitely got it. And like you just said, SmackDown's tag division is incredible right now. It went from being nothing at all to having all these great teams. So they definitely got an upgrade by going to SmackDown, and I can't wait for all the matches they're going to have. There's so many good combinations that we can see for them.
Yeah, SmackDown Live was pretty much a 3-team division. After tonight, it's pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you think? What's your thoughts on this?
So just to add on to how you feel about with this, how it may spoil the the greatest Royal Rumble. Also, Samoa Joe coming to SmackDown kind of doesn't have the same thing because he has the Intercontinental title match, and he is facing Roman at Backlash. And yes, I'm sure everyone's going to say quickly, "Oh, well, Roman was going to win anyways," but this kind of definitely makes it a lot more obvious, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like to be wrong and say that this is maybe like a way to throw us off and also surprise us, but we'll see. I don't see the Bar winning the titles, and I do think going to SmackDown was a good move. I do, but I agree with Dave. I'm ready to see Cesaro as a singles competitor again. I like Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt, but as I said before, guys, all pun intended, I picked the chosen one.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that. That's an interesting tag team that we'll touch on in just a few minutes. Again, thank you to everybody. This is Get the Tables podcast, episode 126. Again, I want to thank you guys for getting us to that VIP badge member on Periscope. Really, really appreciate you guys, the hearts, the followers, you guys constantly coming into the show. Thank you guys for that tonight. I know it's a late tonight, a lot. It's been a long weekend as well, so thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, Sunday we will be live for the TNA Redemption show as well. God damn it. Impact Wrestling Redemption show. I'm going to have to get that out of my head. I'm sorry. If you don't mind sharing and retweeting the broadcast, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the super hearts and the regular hearts as well. Really do appreciate it. All right, next we had a backstage segment with Breezango, another new tag team brought to Raw. So we saw Breezango debut last night against Cesaro and Sheamus. And I just want to say this. You may not be Cesaro or may not be Sheamus fans, but I got to give them a round of applause for being troopers and putting over a fucking 10-year-old kid on WrestleMania, the biggest, stage of them all. And then last night, putting over Breezango in a tag match. They're the ultimate professionals. Probably a lot of people wouldn't do that. But yeah, Fashion Police is back. Your thoughts, Dave? Are you excited to see Breezango on Raw?
I was just shocked they won. But I guess that says why they won. Because, the Bar was leaving, so that's why they won. For a minute, I was like, oh, great. Are we going to see them added to the tag match now, too? It was like, wow. But, yeah, I guess that makes sense now. But, yeah, good for them. Raw definitely has more time to actually utilize them than SmackDown really did, so they could easily put in segments with them if they wanted to throughout the show, if they wanted to. They have a lot more time to work with. So, yeah, Raw basically stuck to their guns, and they brought in a lot of guys who weren't really being used on SmackDown that much or that well.
And yeah, also imagine the storyline or feud between Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt and Breezango. That's going to be some entertaining stuff right there. Your thoughts, Alex? Breezango to Raw.
Hey, good for them. I'm very high on Tyler Breeze. I think he was a great workhorse in NXT. And I really anything that gives them an opportunity to shine, I'm all for it. But unfortunately, guys, I really think they just gave him a win, like Dave said, because the Bar was leaving and they were debuting. I do see them going back to jobber status down the road, but we'll see. I'll keep I'll keep it open for them.
Okay. What about you, Justin? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good change for them. Now that they're going to be on a 3-hour show, hopefully they get more segments. And not just, the silly segments in the back. Even though those are entertaining, Tyler Breeze and Fandango are too good in the ring not to be used in the ring.
Yep.
So hopefully we get to see them wrestle more. Not necessarily win the titles, but like Alex just said, be in a feud with maybe Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. That would be entertaining. So as long as they wrestle more and they're used a lot more, it's going to do good for them.
Yeah, SmackDown really dropped the ball with Breeze. Because there was a time when Breezango was so hot when they're doing that when Breeze was doing that janitor gimmick in that one pay-per-view Backlash. Yes. And if they would have won the tag titles, the crowd would have. That was the time to give them the tag titles at that time.
Definitely.
But they missed it.
Yeah, I agree with you. They definitely dropped the ball with Breezango because they, like you said, everybody was tuning in to see that specific segment and. Kind of went nowhere after a while. Also, we had a backstage segment with Ronda Rousey. She said how great it was to fight at WrestleMania. Kurt says Stephanie is not going away quietly and introduces a new pick from SmackDown, and the new pick was Natalya. So Natalya now is on Raw. If you guys haven't known already, Natalya kind of helped trained a little bit with Ronda, so I definitely see them two mixing it up down the line, possibly being Ronda Rousey's first singles match in the WWE. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. Last night also we saw Ember Moon take on Mickie James. Ember Moon gets the victory over Mickie James. Nia Jax was at the commentator's booth. I was hoping Alexa Bliss was going to get drafted to SmackDown Live, and that did not happen. So I'm not sure where it's going to land her after these next couple of weeks, because she's going to probably get her rematch. But after that, I don't see what they're going to do after that. But yes, let's get to another debut last night. 2 debuts, which was Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is now on Raw, everybody. He welcomes everybody that he's back to Raw, which he was interrupted by Titus Worldwide. Titus says he wants to give him a chance to join Titus Worldwide and said they can go out and conquer the world. Dolph says what he's going to say, that he didn't come alone, and behind Titus Worldwide, everybody, was Drew McIntyre, and they just absolutely destroyed Titus Worldwide. So it looks like Drew and Ziggler are a tag team. An interesting tag team indeed. I'm surprised they didn't keep Drew McIntyre solo. But, I mean, Drew McIntyre looks like a damn hoss out there. What are your thoughts, Alex, of Drew McIntyre and Ziggler as a tag team?
Well, I know you and Justin must have been excited when you got to see Diesel and Shawn Michaels part 2, right?
Yeah, I can see where you yeah, I saw a Red Sox fan put that too. I see where you got that. I see.
Someone put the pictures together, and it fit. But yeah, as I've been saying all show, I'm very excited for this because it helps on so many levels. Because remember, McIntyre, we've said, McIntyre left WWE, made a name on the Indies, got in ridiculous shape even for someone his size, and he killed it. And he is coming to the main roster, and that is a big jump from NXT to the
what's up, Architect?
So putting up with Ziggler is a good move, and he is coming back from major injury, so it's a good way to kind of for him to ease back in. And hey, it gives Ziggler something different, which is something I think we all wanted if we still care about him. And I think my favorite tag team finisher is that Zigzag Claymore, guys. That show was awesome.
Yeah.
Drew looks awesome. I could definitely see this tag team not lasting long. I could see Vince just saying, "Push him, damn it!"
Oh, man. Yeah, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Everybody, get ready for that, everyone. Your thoughts, Dave, of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler together as a tag team?
I mean, I'm glad to see Drew McIntyre back. That's awesome. I'm glad to see him what he's finally went through, and didn't really mention it, but because I don't blame Alex because he doesn't really watch it. But Drew McIntyre did some great stuff in TNA back then. I mean, he was having some great matches in TNA. He really was. So yeah, I mean, so I'm glad he's back. I mean, I don't really get everyone's comparison to Diesel and Shawn Michaels because Diesel was like 7 foot tall, but if this is big cast, maybe, but it's not. But okay, but yeah, I get that because he got kind of dark hair, I guess, sort of. But and Ziggler tries to rip off Shawn Michaels, so I mean, there you go. It's pretty much, I guess, that. But yeah, it's great to see Drew back. I mean, look how far he's come. He got fired, came back, NXT, not very down there long at all. And I think Tony said you didn't think he'd be down there that long at all, and he wasn't. And I mean, and now he's back, and so hopefully good things. It's kind of similar, just like an old team he used to be with when he was with Cody Rhodes, when they were called the Rhodes. Who were they called? I can't remember if it wasn't the Rhodes Scholars.
I'm not sure.
But I remember they were a tag team. I think they were even tag champions at him and Cody Rhodes. But yeah, I mean, They got a chance, definitely. I mean, to win the tag titles. I mean, SmackDown or Raw's tag division isn't bad either, even though they did lose a lot.
It sucks, man. Get the hell out of here.
It's not bad.
All right.
Really quick, Tony. On the whole, I don't think they were done. I mean, after last night with Alexa Bliss not being ringside, calling Nia the bully, I just don't think they were done with the whole situation.
Oh, and while we're on that, can we just give a moment for Mickie James giving the best selling of the
that was a freaking amazing.
Holy shit, she flew across the ring. Even Corey Graves was like, what?
Yeah, hats off to Mickie James last night.
That was very badass.
You want to talk about someone that puts people over? Mickie James is a legend.
What about you, Justin? Your thoughts of Ziggler and McIntyre as a tag team together?
Well, Ziggler I couldn't care about. He could retire, and I wouldn't care. But I'm freaking a big-ass fan of Drew McIntyre. And, Tony, you know that I've always been a big fan of his. And I can't wait till he goes on a singles run because he's going to absolutely rip through that Raw roster. And I can only hope sooner or later he gets back that Broken Dreams theme song.
Yes.
Because that was his best theme song. And like I said, he's just going to rip through that Raw roster when he goes on his own.
I don't know. I like his theme song he has now. I like that one he has now.
His old one was so cool.
That one was bad. It was
Imagine your entrance
Grace calling the Balor Club the Bullet Club. You think he got yelled at, Tony? Probably. I don't know. He does it a lot. He's called them the Bullet Club quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I'm surprised that Titus Worldwide didn't go to SmackDown. I thought they were going to be on SmackDown.
They could have. We don't know because they were also drafting. We got someone after the show. A few people got drafted after Raw last night too.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I don't think anybody got drafted after SmackDown Live was over because I got a notification that it said the Superstar Shakeup is over. So, it definitely made SmackDown Live tag division more serious than it used to be because it used to be a joke.
Oh, absolutely.
They had the joke teams, and now it seems like Raw kind of has those gimmick comedy tag teams now, which they should be on Raw because Raw's a longer show.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I'm really excited. I don't know if we were going to go into it because it's not really part of Raw, but I am really super excited for Chad Gable being on Raw.
Yeah, I was going to go over that. Also, Roman Reigns had a promo last night. Reigns says he will face Brock again, and he will leave Brock in the cage and will win the Universal title. And that's when we saw Samoa Joe last night and threw some more facts at Roman. Joe says one thing Roman doesn't brag about is getting the job done. He says Roman will never get the job done. Joe says Brock has beaten Roman that time after time and is too stupid to know his place around here. Joe says when Brock is done murdering Roman in the cage, he will choke him out. And then he showed fucking highlights of Roman Reigns getting beat up by Brock Lesnar, which I thought was kind of silly. But yeah, are these promos by Roman getting you any more excited for their potential their rematch next week inside a cage, Justin? Yes or no?
I don't know if I would say excited. I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching the match just because I think they're going to be putting on a good match together, especially being in a cage. But as far as his promos getting me excited, I mean, not really. But I'm excited for the match itself.
Okay, and they also did announce last night. Thank you for the Super Heart bot. Appreciate that. They also did announce last night that they will. That Brock will be on Raw tomorrow, next week on Raw. Dave, any more excited for this cage match next week between Brock and Roman Reigns?
Not really. I mean, it's a cage match. We don't see them too often, I guess. Like lately, we haven't. So, I mean, you know what? Sure, why not? Not really. They're not making more excited for it. No, but I am excited to see Brock in a cage with Roman. That's kind of interesting. I'm not excited, but interested in it. I'm more excited for that Intercontinental ladder match than this.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to the ladder match that we're going to get at the biggest Royal Rumble. You, Alex, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm excited that we finally may get an end to the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns feud, if you count that as excitement for the cage match.
What's up, everybody?
I want to say that this is where Roman wins it. Like we said on Saturday, in Saudi Arabia, I guess they're thinking he's going to get the big pop for his coronation. And yeah, and we said earlier, you know, with Joe coming to SmackDown, kind of pushes us in a direction to see how the outcome's going to be. But I'll look forward to it. I mean, obviously we're all going to be watching it. And once again, guys, Samoa Joe, in my opinion, is my favorite heel promo worker in the business right now.
Yeah, Samoa Joe has been killing it on the microphone lately. He killed it last tonight as well. But yeah, it's just I guess they're hoping that Roman Reigns gets that pop that they want over in Saudi Arabia next Friday. I guess only time will tell. And they're really going to promote the hell out of that Samoa Joe match because they're definitely going to use that. This will be the last time facing each other at Backlash. So we'll see where that goes. I'd already mentioned about Breezango defeating the Bar. So let's go to the main event last night, which was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Miz, and the Miztourage taking on Lashley, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and a mystery partner. And that mystery partner was Bobby Roode. So now Bobby Roode is now on Raw.
And so
if you did not keep in a list of all the guys that joined Raw from SmackDown Live, I'll name them down. Kind of silly backstage segment with him and Renee Young. Maybe that's teasing something for maybe Dean Ambrose when he comes back. I'm not really sure.
That's a possibility there.
But here we go. We had Jinder, KO, and Sami Zayn. We had Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Mojo Rawley, everybody's favorite SmackDown Live former wrestler, Zack Ryder, Breezango, Mike Kanellis, Natalya, Baron Corbin. We also had the Ascension, everybody's favorite Chad Gable, Riot Squad, and Bobby Roode. We're all drafted to Raw from SmackDown Live.
We skipped
Dave, what segment did I skip?
We skipped when Ronda came out and saved Natalya.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I did skip that part. I'll save my question for that after this segment. We did have Mandy Rose take on Natalya. Absolution did end up attacking Natalya after she got the win, and Ronda Rousey came to the rescue of Natalya, which made me think, we're going to get her and Natalya facing Absolution down the road. Nope. We saw tonight, Absolution was drafted to SmackDown Live. Dave, any thoughts of the segment with Natalya, Absolution, and Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, that stuff with Sonya Deville and Ronda was really good, I thought. I mean, because they actually utilized Ronda in showing her how quick her punches were, and I thought that was really good. And the takedown Ronda did on Sonya, I mean, or maybe it was Mandy is one of them, but I mean, it was good. I mean, I thought her work looked good. I mean, yes, I did complain about her work at WrestleMania, but I thought it looked good and it looked believable. I mean, the other stuff, not so much with me before, but I thought tonight or last night, her stuff looked believable and it looked good. That takedown was good. And then those punches look really legit too. So good for her learning that. I mean, learn how to do that, or unless that, maybe that's why Sonya wasn't on SmackDown tonight. Maybe they weren't. But yeah, I mean, and Ronda and Natalya probably going to be something pretty soon. And I think that's going to be a great idea because I think there's no one else out there. Because Natalya is the one who basically trains everybody. She trained the Bella Twins. Yep. She trains everybody. And there's no one better to go and have a wrestling match with than Natalya. So Ronda would be a great, perfect match for Natalya.
Oh, yeah. For a first match, singles match, Natalya is her best bet. That's no doubt about it because she will let Ronda Rousey look very, very good in that match for sure. I'm sure Ronda threw more believable punches than Shane. Oh, yeah, of course. Your thoughts, Alex, of the segment with Absolution, Ronda Rousey, and Natalya last night?
Really, only to talk about is the end part. I agree with Dave. I think when you guys talked about it yesterday, I think Natalia is a perfect good choice to work with Rousey. Like you guys said, she trained Rousey, and Natty. We all have our opinions on Natty, but I feel like she's very underappreciated for how good of a worker she is. She's very dependent and consistent, and like I said, I think it'll be good. And I love the interaction with Rousey and Deville and that takedown, man. Holy shit!
Natty is a mechanic. She is a true professional. That is for sure. Natty is like James helps other kids. Oh yeah, she does help. She's going to be that person other than Mickie James to get people over. What did you think of the dual brand pay-per-view video where the wrestlers are singing?
I liked it in a cheesy way.
I don't know, man. Seeing Bayley sing was just like she looks so uncomfortable. Like you could tell she's like, I don't want to be doing this. I look so stupid doing this. You could tell it was just funny. What about you, Justin? Your thoughts of the Ronda Rousey segment last night?
Yeah, the segment was good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm one of the hardest people on Natalia. And honestly, besides Charlotte, she's probably the best women's wrestler they have on that roster. I mean, that's just it. She was trained in the Hart Dungeon. She's just badass in the ring. I might not like her as a character, but that's just the truth. She's one of the best female wrestlers that they've ever had. And honestly, like I said in the chat room yesterday, this is probably going to lead to a tag team match, and we're going to see Natalia turn on Rousey and align herself with Absolution.
Yeah, that's it. Well, she would. Now the Absolution's gone, so
yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we're definitely going to see Natty turn heel on Ronda. That's going to be a for sure thing, in my opinion. Because
Natty, Natalia, and Mandy Rose match wasn't half bad either.
Deville and Rose have come a long way since being on Raw. Deville more than Rose, but they've both improved, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I think it was probably smart of them to move them to SmackDown Live to keep them with Paige, because I think Paige is kind of like their mentor in a sense. Yeah. Even though she can't wrestle, but she can give them that advice.
And they need to get a new theme song and not use Paige's now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely now that they're on SmackDown Live, they definitely need a new theme song. Yeah, because you're going to think that's Paige coming out, and it's going to be them. Okay, I named the list of guys that are now on Raw. So, Dave, the one that you're most excited to see what they do with.
There's actually it's tough to say one because I'll get this out there. One match I really want to see them do, or reform them. I don't care. Is Gable and Jordan 1-on-1 or reform American Alpha as heel tag team? But Bobby Roode, I know TNA fans are getting scratching their head.
Oh, wait, Tony, before we do this, did you want to touch up on the main event, or is there? I don't know if there's much to say about it.
I mean, if there's anything you want to say about the main event, did we lose Dave?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Can you still hear me? Okay, I feel like it for a minute, but yeah, Bobby Roode and Bobby Lashley. That's the match I want to see.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. What about you, Alex? The list of guys that we named, or I named, excuse me. Which one are you most excited to see what they do with?
Yeah.
You guys an idea? I'm all on the Drew McIntyre train. Also, I don't like that Bobby Roode is, as of right now, still a face. If that's the case, Raw is not really going to be a bit much of a change for him.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, all right. Justin, the one you're most excited to see what they do with.
I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre myself. I'm really excited to see how they're going to use him on Raw. I'm really excited. So,
okay, now, out of all those, who's going to get the short end of the stick from the move to Raw? Justin?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say probably Natalia.
Okay. Dave?
I want to say Baron Corbin, but probably Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder. Alex?
I already played the song.
No, who do you think is going to get the short end of the stick? Who's going to get the worst of it from the move to Raw?
Let's say, well, Breezango I already said, but I guess out of the people that matter, maybe if Rude stays a face, I could see him getting lost again.
I agree. I think Bobby Roode out of all of them. I think the one that's going to probably benefit a lot, and y'all are going to probably be shocked for me to say this, but Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin is going to get used a lot better on Raw.
Oh, Mike, I forgot.
I think Baron Corbin will get worked a lot better, and honestly, I think Mojo too. Mojo is going to get worked a little bit better too.
Oh God,
we'll see.
But
I think
we'll see.
Like crazy. Welcome to main event, Zack Ryder.
Welcome to main event. Exactly. Zack Ryder will be opening up main events for quite a while. So, Superstar Shakeup for Raw episode. Alex, 1 through 5. Everybody get y'all rating fingers ready. What did you think of the Raw Superstar Shakeup?
I'll give it a 3.5 just for the entertainment factor.
Okay.
It was a very enjoyable show.
And their best pick was?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Yep. All right, Dave, 1 through 5. Got 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 for Bliss. Wow, okay. 3, 4.5.
I'd go with a 3. It's hard to say their best pick. I mean, Drew McIntyre was good, but he wasn't really from SmackDown. He was just called up or brought with kind of Ziggler. Man, I don't know. That's tough to say who their best. For me personally, I think it was Chad Gable. That dude potential is unlimited potential. Chad Gable.
Okay, I like that pick. Hey, what's up, Jeffrey Cross? What's up, man? Yeah, Raw is very top heavy. That is for sure. Justin, 1 through 5, Raw.
Oh, I give it a pretty solid 4.
Oh, okay. And Raw's best pick, Drew?
Drew McIntyre.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 4, and I'm gonna say the one that the strongest. Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna say bringing back. Can I use Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as a group? Nah, I'll do bring it back Kevin Owens.
KO and Sami.
Yeah, KO and Sami, I think is going to benefit a lot from this change. I wouldn't even be surprised if they do win the tag titles in the next coming months. Raw tag titles. I just think that I just think they have it. I just think they're going to be able to win those titles. But we'll see. Hopefully they don't break them up. But because I think they strive together. So we'll see about that. So that was our Raw post show. So we're going to move over to SmackDown Live. Thank you for everybody joining. I know it's a late evening night. Next week, we will start our post show right after SmackDown Live ends. We'll do it right after it shows end so we won't start so late. So I know a lot of people, guys, have to work early in the morning. So SmackDown Live opened up with AJ Styles. He came down pretty much talking crap about Shinsuke, calling him a coward, calling him out eventually, which then led to Aiden English and Rusev coming down and challenging AJ Styles. For a minute there, we almost had a one-on-one match between AJ Styles and Rusev until Aiden English got involved, of course, which then led to Daniel Bryan coming to make the save, which then led to Paige acting like Teddy Long and making a tag match playa for the main event of SmackDown, which we saw Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles take on Rusev and Aiden English. But also we saw Shelton Benjamin make his way down to the ring. As everybody knows, he is now a singles wrestler now without Chad Gable. He called out whoever wants to come down to face him, said that they have some big competition for him, which then led to Randy Orton, who we thought was going to have a one-on-one match with Shelton, but then it ended up being the first call-up, well, second, I should say, which was Jeff Hardy, everybody. Jeff Hardy is now on SmackDown Live that we mentioned earlier on the show. He took on Shelton Benjamin and got the win, which I thought was a pretty solid opening match. I think Dave even mentioned it. He thought it was the best match of SmackDown Live. We pretty much already covered Jeff Hardy on SmackDown Live, but is there anything else you guys would like to add to it before we move on?
Open Open.
Oh yes, Open U.S. Challenge. I agree with that.
One thing I want to add is Shelton Benjamin. I loved his promo. Someone hacked my Twitter account. I did not wish congratulations to
that was good.
Awesome. And yeah, definitely happy Shelton will hopefully get at least a mid-card singles push. I think he's really talented.
You really
hopefully we get the gold standard for Shelton Benjamin again.
You really forget how good Shelton is as a singles wrestler. I mean, man, him and Jeff Hardy just killed it tonight, in my opinion. I mean,
they sure did.
It was a solid opening match to start off SmackDown Live, even though that, I guess if you want to call it the opening match, but yeah, it was pretty good. So I think everybody in the chat and everybody on the show was very excited to see where we see from Jeff Hardy. I think we all kind of assumed that he's going to retain the title over Jinder Mahal.
Hey, they could have Jeff Hardy lose the title and Joe win the IC title and bring it to SmackDown. How cool, interesting would that swerve be?
That would be a swerve from the ages.
Yeah.
Dave, but I don't think that would ever happen. But that is an interesting swerve, and if it does happen, I will make sure to praise you, my friend, if that does happen. Also, we saw The Miz shown in a phone promo, everybody's favorite phone promos.
That was pretty damn good, though.
Where he asked the crowd if they want to see him get his face punched by Daniel Bryan. He then says, too bad because he is in L.A., He then shows Maurice and his daughter. He says that if Bryan ever trolls him again, he's going to kick his he was going to say ass, but Maurice caught him and says, watch his language because obviously he was around his daughter, and says that next week SmackDown is going to be awesome. So I think it's smart by SmackDown Live doing this. Get you to tune in tonight to only tease you that he's going to show up next week on SmackDown Live. Justin, your thoughts on the phone promo by The Miz?
I thought it was pretty damn good. It's that classic heel promo. I'm not there. I'll be there next week. Just wait for it, blah, blah, blah. And I like that there was no silly graphics on the screen either. It was just a straight fire promo. Got right to the point. And honestly, I'm kind of wondering, since now that Big Cass is kind of going at it with Bryan, if Miz and Big Cass are going to line themselves together.
Maybe he could be his little bodyguard. Maybe that's a good. I like that. That's a nice little idea there. Now, my question to you is: should they keep Miz off SmackDown Live for a little while, keep them away from Daniel Bryan, or should they just bring up The Miz next week on SmackDown Live?
Honestly, I can see him keeping him off there for a little bit, just because. I mean, I know we want them to fight so bad, but. They're just going to keep teasing it like they keep doing with Sasha and Bayley. So, I mean, keeping them off for a while could do them both good.
I like the Miz AJ storyline possibly. Look at Cafe Puccelli. What's up, dude? Welcome from Australia. Dave, your thoughts of the Miz phone promo, and should they keep Miz off TV for a little bit?
They already said Miz would be there next week. So
yeah, he could say he'll be there, but he could also not show up. The whole heel tactic.
I think he'll be there, but just because they want to do it and they want to promote like Miz TV, and people are going to tune in to see if it's going to be Daniel Bryan confronting him. So that's what people are going to want to see. And far as Miz and AJ, I'm sure Miz doesn't want to get another rehearsal or another rematch of him losing his front teeth again.
Oh, Lord. I remember that. That was, AJ Styles' first match, I believe, on SmackDown Live, if I'm not mistaken.
That was when he was still working strong style, and he forgot to lay it back a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad. I saw you praising. I know you're not a big fan of these phone promos, but you were giving Miz some props tonight.
Well, of course, leave it to the Miz to cut the very best phone promo. I mean, and that was good. So I mean, of course he does it good, and I am interested. And I do think they'll keep them away from each other for a while. We might see them interact a little bit, but I think we're going to see Big Cass and Daniel Bryan now. Obviously, unfortunately, Daniel Bryan had to put over Roman. Now he's going to have to put over this 7-foot goof. But yeah,
7-foot goof. That's a new one. I haven't heard him called a 7-foot goof. All right, Alex, your thoughts on the Miz phone promo? Thank you guys all for the hearts. Appreciate that.
WrestleMania 50, the Mizanins versus the Danielsons. I'm ready for it. But no, it was good. Actually like that. I know I said before I'm really excited today, but for this interaction, but I like that they're prolonging this. I think the WWE knows that this storyline between Daniel Bryan and The Miz has picked up a lot of fire since their interactions over the last 2 years, and it would be smart for them to push it back. I really think this is a big force match, guys. Like I want to see them. I want to say they can push it back till SummerSlam, but I don't know how you do that. I do like Justin's idea though that the Miz aligns with Big Cass, so maybe Daniel Bryan can bring in someone so you can prolong that, and then when that's done, then you can start pushing full front Miz and Daniel Bryan.
Sure.
Well, I could also see them doing something similar, like we talked about before we went on. I believe that you could see Big Cass and Nakamura teaming up in a tag match, possibly against Daniel Bryan and AJ.
Yeah, that could work as well. And I do think that I know a lot. There are a lot of people that aren't big on Big Cass, but I think sticking in with Daniel Bryan, if they want to push him as a heel, is like the best way to go. I mean, that's instant heat right away.
Yeah, I agree. I think the whole storyline with The Miz and Big Cass and Daniel Bryan, I think it's smart for the most part. It's gonna help keep Daniel Bryan occupied for the time being, and then also will get you Miz probably interfering in his matches, make you want Daniel Bryan to finally get his hands on The Miz, and when it finally does, it's just gonna make it that much sweeter. So,
what I find funny about this is that out of the list of dream matches everyone wants to see Daniel Bryan have now, Big Cass wasn't on anyone's list.
Yeah, it might surprise some people. Who knows?
I'm not sure. That's the classic work match, a big giant 7-foot goof versus a small underdog.
Yeah,
it's gonna work. Trust me. It's Shawn Michaels, Diesel all over again. But
that's very true.
And
Bret Hart and Diesel had some damn good matches too.
Yeah. But Shawn was like the small, short, scrawny guy.
Yeah, but
I see what you mean, though. It has similarities to both storylines.
Guy against Diesel, Undertaker, drag his ass in the ring.
He would face Diesel when he's leaving the WWE. So it's just like, let's just get him over at WrestleMania. How convenient.
And then you guys got NWO. You got the Outsiders. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's funny. But
hey, what happens? What happened the next year at WrestleMania? Who won the title? I forgot.
Who had to relinquish it eventually?
No, Undertaker beat Sid the next year, didn't he?
Yeah, dude, get your facts straight.
No, the next year. Was it? Wait, yeah. Next year, I think HBK beat Bret Iron Man match, if I'm not mistaken.
That was 12.
But
we're talking about after
WrestleMania 13, yeah, was Sid and Taker.
Yeah, so
I thought you were talking about Diesel and Taker. That's what I thought you were talking about.
HBK never put it. We're not gonna go on this little
Saturday.
It's a Saturday show, everybody. God,
we don't talk shit about HBK in this podcast.
And yes, everybody, on Saturday, this little guy's hair is gonna be cut. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Tony, did you like my photography selection for that video I made, by the way?
I did not.
Yeah, it tied in perfectly with Get the Tables as the Family. That's what binds us. Our bashing with Sean.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, everybody, we will be adding new stuff to our YouTube channel. So if you don't follow us on YouTube, please follow us. We will be adding previews to our next pay-per-view show, which will be Backlash. We'll have a little video for that. Thank you to Alex for putting that one out earlier for the channel. Appreciate that. We will be going live on YouTube a lot more, probably every show.
Yeah.
Saturday night shows as well. until we have any kind of connection issues. We're trying to build a more of a following, so that way we can get more people on the show. Hopefully, I'm going to get Bill After on the show eventually. Also, Eric Bischoff, hopefully one day, since Eric Bischoff seems to like to say our name on his show, which is just amazing.
Build up the family.
Let's move on to another Hoot team that was announced. Like I said, Absolution was now on is now on SmackDown Live, so we'll see what they do with them. But we also had a singles match between Jey Uso and Luke Harper. Not really much to say after this match, but other than the beatdown the Usos took and the entrance for the kids making the save. You guys have any thoughts on this? Or are you just I'm kind of worn out between this feud, honestly.
I am too.
I'm ready to move on from the Usos and the Bludgeon
Yeah,
Brothers.
I'm confused by the whole Naomi coming out there to stop it. So what are they going to add, like Nikki Cross to the Bludgeon Brothers or something? I don't know.
I think the Usos should have gone to Raw, honestly.
I agree. That's what I said. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to be not stale, but they're going to get lost in the shuffle on SmackDown Live, especially now seeing who they are bringing in to SmackDown Live. Speaking of bringing in the huge, I think, other than The Miz and The Bar, I think the also huge pickup, and no, I'm not talking about his weight, everybody. I'm talking about Samoa Joe. Oh man, this was a much needed guy to be on the roster. Brings so much more to this brand. Dave, your thoughts of Samoa Joe being on SmackDown Live?
I'm excited for it. It's fun. I mean, after you got Miz, Jeff Hardy, and then you go ahead and top it off. Not really top it off, but kind of icing on the cake with Samoa Joe. I mean, man. We also got Absolution, blah, blah, blah. But, but yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that. But yeah, Samoa Joe, awesome. Awesome. I love the idea. And if you weren't going to talk about Absolution, I want to say something about him really quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think with them on SmackDown now, I think they're going to assume Paige is going to be like, it's going to be the same way it was on Raw. And I think Paige is going to say, no, you guys are on your own.
Yeah, I agree. Good point. Definitely had that confrontation. I forgot to mention that Samoa Joe did list a name of guys he wants to destroy. His list was Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. I'm sure all matches everybody wants to see, maybe other than probably maybe. I mean, Randy Orton versus Joe would still be a good match, in my opinion. But he's pretty much calling out everybody, even Nakamura, I believe he did that on Raw, but he's pretty much calling out everybody to take on. He's ready. Now, Alex, your thoughts? Samoa Joe on SmackDown Live.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but literally the first two things I thought in my head was Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe versus his good old friend AJ Styles. So yeah, I mean that's why we get excited, because with these changes we have all these potential matchups that we can get. So I think Samoa Joe will be an absolutely necessary heel on SmackDown. You have him, the Miz, and that alone is like, and now you have, and also Nakamura, and yeah, I think it's a great dynamic. Like I said, I don't think he's winning any of the matches from the Royal Rumble or Backlash, but hey, I'm all for this. Excited.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were excited to see Samoa Joe on SmackDown Live. What about you, Justin?
I was shocked.
Well, oh yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I was shocked. I did not expect to see Samoa Joe move from Raw. To me, he's just that Raw guy. But this is awesome. This is going to be really good for him. And can you imagine, months or next year, how if we would get a fatal four-way of Samoa Joe, Nakamura, Styles, and Bryan for the title? How badass that match would be!
Yeah,
that would just be incredible. That would just be amazing. I mean, he's going to do badass on SmackDown. He's going to keep doing the awesome promos, the straight fire promos. I mean, he's going to benefit extremely well from this move.
Yeah, especially being away from the land of giants over there on Raw with Braun Strowman, You know, you have Brock Lesnar, and then of course Vince's favorite Roman Reigns. So you're not going to really do anything over there. And we have a
true.
possibility of Samoa Joe be the WE champion.
That's definitely a good big possibility. Now, also a huge call up tonight, other than the one we got later on in the show, but Sanity. Yes. Everybody is now on SmackDown Live, but I think a lot of people are a little bit upset that it is now leaving out Nikki Cross. It looks like it's going to be Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf going up with Eric Young. A lot of people were kind of upset to see that Nikki Cross is staying behind in NXT. Maybe we see her eventually join in a surprise appearance, maybe down the line. Who knows? But your thoughts, Dave, on Nikki Cross not coming up with Sanity to SmackDown Live?
It sucks, yeah. A lot of people wanted to see Nikki Cross with them, but maybe they want to bring her up on her own later on. I don't know. But one thing I'm really excited about, because I've talked about how I want to see Sanity on SmackDown or Raw, one of the two, just to see Eric Young on the main roster up there with everyone else that he came in with from TNA. You know, everyone else he came in with, Samoa Joe, you know. Him and Joe, he had one of Joe's first matches in NXT was against Eric Young. So before he was actually in Sanity. So
really,
yeah. And so it's so cool to see Eric Young, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe all on the same show.
Is SmackDown Live, aka TNA?
I was just gonna say that.
SmackDown Live is also known as TNA from the 2000s.
Can you imagine if Rude would have stayed? That would have really been true.
Yeah, Rude and Lashley. Think if they would have been there, how crazy that would have been. And you move AJ to GM. Holy crap!
Joe, AJ, and Young started TNA faction. Are they called Chaos or they're still called? Yeah, I know TNA don't exist, but back in the 2000s they did. They're still called Sanity. They are still called Sanity.
Chaos is a trademark.
Yeah, and there was Team Canada with Eric Young, Bobby Roode, Petey Williams, and there's some other people in it. I can't remember, but yeah, I know it was those three mainly were in Team Canada.
Aces and eights, let's go. Your thoughts, Justin, of Sanity moving up to SmackDown Live, but without Nikki Cross?
Oh, it's definitely good. Like we've said before, you know, their tag team division just got really good, and now you're adding Sanity to the mix. I'm looking forward to them fighting, you know, New Day, Bludgeon Brothers, the Usos. So this is really good for them. It's gonna showcase, you know, what they can do on their main roster to a bigger audience that might have not have seen them in NXT. So it's definitely going to be a step ahead for them. And it just sucks about Nikki Cross. If she has to stay behind in NXT, I mean, she's been there long enough. She definitely deserves to be on the main roster, that's for sure.
I think it also almost guarantees who's winning that no disqualification match tomorrow in NXT. I don't think Killian Dane's going to win that against Lars tomorrow now.
Yeah, fortunately not. What about you, Alex? Your thoughts?
I'll just get it out of the way. I'll just get this out of the way.
Thanks for joining us, man.
I'm happy for Sandy getting called up, but I hated everything about this. Everything. Nikki Cross, obviously, I was very upset about. And you know, like if it means that they're going to keep her on NXT, okay, but where has she been on NXT the last month, 2 months? I don't know. So if you're going to keep her on NXT, actually do something with her. And like Dave said, maybe they're holding off so she could be a big surprise. I hated how they introduced Sanity. Sanity is just not a type of group that you promote through just an announcement. That's a group that comes in and wrecks shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
I definitely agree with that.
And Dave made a great point that yes, it is a 2-hour show, but when you have a segment with R-Truth doing a joke that was funny 3 years ago, and you have a pointless segment with Big Cass and Daniel Bryan backstage, even with that main event ending, you could have had a segment with a beatdown, a promo, and this extends to Almas and Vegas's announcement. I thought these two were handled terribly.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Let's see. Let's move on to what else happened on SmackDown Live. Let's drop there it goes. We also had Big Cass announced on SmackDown Live being traded to SmackDown Live. Any thoughts on that? Quick thoughts on Big Cass moving up to SmackDown Live, Dave?
I don't care.
Alex?
I'll keep my mind. I'll keep my options open for him. But he looks in great shape. He looks way better than before he got injured.
R-Truth is the least guy from TNA cared about. Wow. I love Big Cass as Red Sox fan. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Justin, any quick thoughts on Big Cass to SmackDown Live?
Right now, I'm really not that into it, but like Alex said, I'm going to leave an open mind and to see, where he goes from here. And honestly, he's pretty much that guy that can be like that Diesel type. He's a big 7-footer. He's not that charismatic, but neither was Kevin Nash. But he can almost be like that kind of Diesel type, have a kind of run that he did.
I think Kevin Nash is charismatic a little bit. I thought he was pretty entertaining.
Maybe not early on in his career, though. He was kind of.
I'm thinking maybe more WCW. He's more charismatic than
Yes. Yeah.
Cass and Almas was the two big additions to SmackDown in the long run. Wow. Okay. All right. We had a Carmella segment, little celebration of her winning the women's title. She named her title Cleopatra, which then led to Charlotte Flair coming down to eventually say that, the only reason why you won the title is because of the iconic duo, the Iconics coming down and helping you get the victory over me, which then led to the Iconics coming out, making fun of Charlotte, pretty much calling her a crybaby for her losing the match. So we had Charlotte Flair versus Billie Kay. Of course, it ended up in a beatdown, which the Iconics and Carmella took advantage of Charlotte, who eventually had Becky Lynch come down to try to make the save, which then led to another new member to the roster, which was Asuka. She is now on the main roster for SmackDown Live, traded to SmackDown from Raw. I thought this was possibly going to be where Bayley was going to show up.
Yep.
To make the save. But no, it was Asuka. Alex, your thoughts of Asuka now on SmackDown Live?
Good. I mean, I think all of us, predicted that she was going to go to SmackDown. There's not really much for her to do on Raw. Like I said, guys, Asuka versus Becky Lynch is now a possibility, so I'm all for it. But really, the biggest takeaway, I think, from this...
Brandon Apter in the show. Oh, this late. What's up, Brandon Apter? I'm surprised you're still awake, my friend. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Alex.
No, it's okay. I think the biggest takeaway from the segment, though, is Carmella did not get much of a reaction. When she came out, she didn't really get a big pop, and she was given a good amount of time to cut her promo. And she tried, and she was trying to be heal it up as much as possible, but the crowd really just wasn't really doing much about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope, and you really can't blame it because her booking was pretty much cold leading up to the cash-in, which is what you expect. But I hope that now the spotlight is on her, that she'll get a chance to actually build up as an actual heel. And there also, Providence, why were you chanting Chris Y2J and take your chance for this match? Yes,
stupid.
No, hear me out. And I agree. You don't have to like the quality of the match, but then don't go on Twitter and then bitch about how all we get on SmackDown Live are 6 women tag. You get a singles match, and you want to shit on it? Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you gonna chant Undertaker? What the hell? Out of all the people to chant, you chant the Undertaker? Seriously.
I wanted Rusev to hear it very loud.
Idiots? The Undertaker, he's going to be there at a SmackDown Live?
Right.
Well, the chants were for Rusev to hear for his fate because they're going to bury him softly. Oh, Tony,
let's chant the Undertaker, who shows up once a year. Yeah. Might as well just chant CM Punk. I mean, seriously. He has a better chance of showing up than the Undertaker. Seriously.
Guys, he beat Cena, and now he's going to beat Rusev, and you're all going to bitch, and I'm going to smile.
This is chant Undertaker.
Keep going, Tony.
All right, Dave, your thoughts on Asuka showing up on SmackDown Live?
Well, first off, with this whole segment we had, now, before Alex joined the show, when Carmella first came in, we all talked about this. Carmella was getting zero reactions before, and now it almost seems like it's like I kind of the same situation again, where no one's reacting to her at all. I mean,
Yeah, she got the reaction last week, but it was a post-Mania crowd. So
now you're getting back to those normal wrestling crowds. If you're not like a Daniel Bryan or an AJ Styles, you're not getting those big reactions.
you're right,
Joe on that route list, but yeah, but the big stars, she's not getting those reactions. I mean, it's sad, but yeah, I mean,
I drew more heat tonight than Carmella did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the coming out, which is weird. I liked it better when they're just iconic duo, but Iconics, I guess it works, whatever. And I thought that was a pretty good match. And I think Billie Kay is really underrated out of the two because everyone always says Peyton Royce because she's hotter, everyone says. I know Texas Kid thinks that. But I think Billie Kay is really underrated. I think she's really good. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. And yeah, Asuka joining the show or joining SmackDown, really cool. Like we all thought, a lot of us thought, hey, this would be an awesome moment to bring in Bayley or Sasha or both to SmackDown Live. That'd be really cool to have the four horsewomen of WE kind of all on SmackDown, which we have never seen all four of them on the same show, besides NXT. So I mean, that would have been a nice little thing to see, but oh well, we got Asuka, which is good, and it seems like we're going to see some 6-man tag matches like we want to see.
Next week, 6-women tag match. You can book it right now. Asuka, Charlotte, Becky Lynch taking on the Iconics and Carmella. Book it right now, baby. Justin, your thoughts of Asuka on SmackDown Live?
Well, I might be the only one, but I automatically assumed that she was on SmackDown since she fought Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but she lost. So
well, yeah, but I automatically assumed she was on SmackDown since she was fighting for the title. So I just thought, you know what I mean? I just figured she was on SmackDown anyway. But no, it's good. You know, she's got a whole nother group of girls to wrestle, and now we don't have to worry about her damn streak being on the line. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen now.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. That could actually help her, or not focused on she's gonna win, she's gonna win. Now we're gonna get matches where she could lose this match, she could win, type thing.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, next soon she's gonna be losing to Carmella. Everybody, I can't wait for that. Everybody. Also last night or tonight, we were announced that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, everybody, the Good Brothers, have been drafted to SmackDown Live. And also, like I said earlier, The Bar has been drafted to SmackDown Live. So, my goodness gracious.
Finally, the club is where they belong.
Yeah, SmackDown Live has gotten... Their tag division has gone a whole lot better. It's not a joke anymore. It's not a 3-man tag team division anymore. We're actually going to get legit tag team matches, feuds, everything in between. No more of this joke crap. So I think SmackDown Live did very well on them getting 2 solid tag teams. Quick thoughts on the club and The Bar on SmackDown Live, Justin.
I like it. I mean, like you just said, they're both where they belong. The club should have went to SmackDown about like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And The Bar, I mean, they're getting a good change of scenery. SmackDown Tag Division is just so damn good right now. It's going to be good to see who they get, put into matches with and all that kind of stuff. And you got to think now that the club's going to hook up with the AJ sooner or later.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in it.
Dave, quick thoughts.
Yes, finally. Like Justin just said, we've been wanting this since they took AJ to SmackDown and left the club on Raw. We've been wanting this. And now I know everyone else was always more for – they liked the club better with Finn Balor. Everyone else did. Not me. I always liked the club better with AJ Styles. To me, Finn Balor, even though they're all good friends, they never really had that same chemistry AJ had with him, in my opinion. AJ and Charlie Gallows and Anderson just had great chemistry together when they were heels. I would love to see AJ be a heel again, but I know we have so many heels, so whatever.
And
Like,
David, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna. To me, AJ is a better heel than he is a face. I like him with the club, even though they're all good guys now. So maybe we'll see the club in a 6-man tag action helping AJ out against.
That would be nice.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Alex. Your thoughts? Quick thoughts.
Well, Dave, just to add on what you said, you answered it yourself. I agree that Styles in the club was much better than Balor Club, and it's a classic case of heel versus face. I mean, the Bullet Club was a heel stable once upon a time, so Balor face and the Face Club didn't work. So I'm all happy for the club because now that they could potentially get back with AJ, they can go back to doing what they do best, just like Taker did.
The best holiday.
Just beat up John Cena.
Huh.
Oh gosh.
But no, I'm happy. Moving on. I'm happy because I just hope that they can actually they can become contenders in the tag title division. I think they have a lot to offer still. So yeah. And as for the Bar, I just want Cesaro to go back into the singles division.
Yes,
yeah.
So many great matches for that, and also about that whole thing blew up like crazy when they did that whole beat up John Cena thing. I mean, man, that was gold.
Yes, it was.
Forget about Carl Anderson's Asian wife, so you can't forget about that.
Exactly.
Oh, he shouldn't let us forget about it.
Undertaker's a Bullet Club member, I guess. Who knows?
God.
Anything to get over, Undertaker says. We had the main event tonight, which was AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Aiden English, and Rusev. But before that match, we had the huge call-up of the night from NXT, which was Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. They are moving up to SmackDown Live. Dave, your thoughts of Cien Almas and Vega moving up?
Oh my God.
Okay.
You gotta watch that because we're on YouTube too, so you gotta watch that.
Your thoughts,
yeah, I love to see, and of course, I'm sure Alex was crying. So, I mean, yeah, he's probably on his knees crying when he's seeing Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas. I loved it. Great move. I didn't think it would happen. I was shocked that we had 2 NXT call-ups tonight. That really surprised me with Sanity and Andrade and Vega. I'm still used to her real name, but whatever. So we're calling her that now. But yeah, it was a good job. I don't mind them having a little video package because the show is so tight and they're only a 2-hour show, so it's so hard to get everyone on TV at once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a great move. It's really going to be fun. Probably one of the top wrestlers right now out there. I mean, Johnny Gargano, I know a lot of people don't like him, especially a Red Sox fan, but I think him and Andrade are probably 2 of the best, like 2 of the hottest workers right now because they're working some of the best matches.
Hey, Almas. Hey, I'm looking forward to Almas, Daniel Bryan. Maybe Almas and AJ Styles.
Oh, man. Ooh.
Man.
Alex, what happened?
Man, oh man. All right, Justin, we'll get to Alex last because I know that's his favorite. So, Justin, your thoughts on Almas to NXT? I'm sorry, to SmackDown Live.
Oh, I think it's a great move for him, being on SmackDown instead of Raw. I think he's going to actually shine better on SmackDown than he would on Raw. Like I said, it's just going to be a great move for him, and it's interesting. Just like you said, you can see him against Styles, against Bryan, against Samoa Joe. The only thing I did not like is, like Alex said earlier, about him being in like a video. Oh, wow, we're coming to SmackDown Live, blah blah blah. Honestly, I hope they start him off in the mid card, say like against Hardy. He could have attacked during the Hardy match, and that would have been his debut on SmackDown. I would have preferred that than him being on the phone saying, hey, we're coming to SmackDown next week, blah, blah, blah. So that's the only kind of gripe I have about it. But other than that, I'm super excited that he's on SmackDown because he deserves to be on the main roster during Royal Rumble time.
Yeah, I mean, Justin, I love that idea. Maybe him and Jeff Hardy in a little rivalry. That'd be really good. I like that idea.
Yes.
And Alex, Out of time, Alex. We got to go, guys. Good night.
So that's going to be in the end of the show
that's
tonight.
it. Yeah, but thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead. Almas to SmackDown Live.
Well, I no longer have to wait till Wednesday to see Wifey, so that's always a plus. No, I'm really excited. I'm glad that they got called up together, guys. That was a little bit of my worry that they might have sent Almas up by himself, which would have been a big no because they absolutely need each other. And yeah, I didn't even think about Almas and Jeff Hardy as his first feud, but that's an awesome way to kick it off. So yeah, well, I'm excited to see what he brings to SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown ratings will go up. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Attendance will go up as well now.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Now, we had the main event of SmackDown Live, which ended up with Nakamura and Big Cass both getting involved. Nakamura low blows AJ Styles, and Big Cass does the big boot on Daniel Bryan, which caused a disqualification in the main event, which was Daniel Bryan, Styles, and Rusev and Aiden English. Your thoughts of the main event of tonight's SmackDown Live, Justin?
Yeah, the match was okay, and me and Alex were talking about this before we went on the air. But I'm assuming AJ Styles isn't going to have any more kids because Nakamura's all up in his nuts now these last couple weeks. So, I mean, all he's doing is low blowing. If he's going to keep doing it, I mean, Styles isn't going to have any kids anymore. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. But it's definitely interesting. This is very slowly starting to get me interested in Nakamura. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there, I guess.
Nak is getting cheers still. Hashtag rest in peace, AJ's nuts. Yeah, pretty much. Dave, your thoughts of the main event of SmackDown Live tonight?
I thought it wasn't too bad. But one thing I hated about Big Cass that he ruined for me, because when Nakamura hit AJ with the low blow, Daniel Bryan and Nakamura's eyes locked. Like they were about to go at it. I was like, yes, Nakamura and Daniel Bryan, please let this happen. And then fucking big 7-foot group had to mess it all up.
2 main events, 2 weeks in a row, ruined.
Yeah, I know, but I don't care about that. I wanted so much to see Nakamura and Daniel Bryan. That's a match.
Oh, yeah.
But fucking the big 7-foot group had to ruin it again.
Yeah. Yeah. They give it and they take it away. That's very true, Mr. Bob Brewski. Alex, your thoughts of the main event?
Main event itself was fun, but obviously the big thing was Big Cass and Nakamura interrupting the match. Dave, sorry, man. I'm actually happy that Big Cass interfered because this prolongs Daniel Bryan interacting with Nakamura. That kind of pushes that way. It prolongs it to like a big when it's like a bigger moment. So I'm happy.
So, I mean, just think about this. They're gonna stand in the ring, and this is what's gonna happen. Like, if it's in a good crowd, they're gonna chant "This is awesome" before they even wrestle. Because Nakamura and Daniel Bryan is gonna be awesome.
No, I agree, and that's why I'm Big Cass is kind of interjecting himself to prolong the big feud that we all want. And yeah, that's really it. And man, if AJ Styles does not wear a cup by next week, he is officially a grade cut stupid baby face.
Yep.
And also, I think Red Sox made a good point. Definitely, Corbin is the new Baron. I'm sorry, Big Cass is the new Baron Corbin on SmackDown Live. He's just going to be the big man that everybody gets over on.
Writing SmackDown now. I mean, all these nut shots. I mean, that's how you get over as a heel, just nut shots. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And also, Red Sox fan also kind of made a good point too. Is it a good idea to put Daniel Bryan up against Big Cass? Is that the safest guy to put Daniel Bryan up against? Seeing that he is going to be, he just came back from that serious injury. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if it's risky. I'm not sure how crazy they'll go in the ring together, but
I think
I don't know.
Daniel Bryan. So honestly, I don't see Big Cass going over Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan. I don't think it'll be that brutal of a match if it happens or when it happens. So we'll see. It could be really brutal. I hope it's not. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Daniel Bryan. I don't think Daniel Bryan loses the 7-foot goof.
Hope not. Anyway.
No, I don't think Bryan will lose to Corbin, but I'm just worried that
Well, he definitely won't lose to Corbin, but he's definitely not going to.
I'm sorry, Cass. God damn it! I'm so sorry. TNA Corbin Cass, and that's all right. Ant. I got to remember that. Got to get those names right. Jeez. Yeah.
Just remember the big
those rating fingers together tonight. I got 2 more questions before y'all, and then I'll do my thank you guys as well. Later, Brandon. Again, congratulations on knocking that full out. I saw y'all's little way, and I saw him get up in your face, and you delivered in a big way, man. Good job, dude. You kicked his ass. I saw that. It was awesome. SmackDown Live, everybody. Dave, you first.
Since we're doing like 1 in 5, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I thought SmackDown Live was phenomenal tonight.
Oh, okay. Justin?
I'll give it a 4, just like Raw.
Okay. And Alex?
I give it a 3 just for Almas, but I'll give it a 4.5 for Vega as well.
Jeez. Everybody, solid ratings for both. Adam gives it a 1.5. What?
God damn.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, everybody? I give it a good 4.5. Hey, solid superstar shakeup from both shows. Hey, solid from both end to toe. No one, I don't think, really one got the advantage on the other. I think they all, in both ways, got equal in return.
The heavy hitters are still kind of on Raw, but I mean, it's equaled out for sure.
Yeah. Justin, one guy on or woman on Raw that you think should have been moved to SmackDown Live.
Tag team. Do what? Oh,
or tag.
Okay. I'll say the Bar. Even though I like them on SmackDown, I think they could probably stay on Raw for a little bit longer.
No. Who do you think should have been moved that didn't?
Oh, you said didn't. Shit. That's a good question. Go to someone else first. I have to think about that.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I think I know Alex's answer, obviously, already. I'm going to say, like, Sasha or Bayley, or you want me to say a guy?
We said tag team, too, first.
Okay. You want me to do a guy or a tag team? Right offhand, I'll say, like, Rollins. I thought he was going to go.
Who do you think would have benefited the most? Tag team, woman, or those were moved.
Ooh, you're breaking up.
Yeah, you broke up real bad.
He said who's going to benefit the most from moving.
Okay. Alex?
I think Balor still should have. Well, now that Joe's there, okay, but I thought Balor still should have gone.
Yeah.
Tony,
I'll say Samoa Joe.
He did go.
Oh, I thought he said that went.
I'm going to say Braun Strowman. Am I still breaking up a lot?
Yeah.
I could tell on the Periscope. Yep. It's messing up. Yeah. I don't know what's up with I think it's my 5G. I think my iPad. That's why it's messing up. We'll just wrap up the show.
That's why
since
you're the
it's
showstopper,
fucking
Tony.
up on iPad.
That's why you're the showstopper.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Showstopper. Tuesday hates me late night.
Yeah, you're breaking up real bad
working
now.
fine earlier, and plus I need to do an update on my iPad. So that could be another reason why.
You have too much
so
stuff.
I'm going ahead and end the show right now. Hold on, I'll just restart it. Hold on.
Well,
I'll just restart it.
You have too much
Everybody
stuff
on
hooked up
YouTube,
to
if you're
your
still
Wi-Fi.
there.
Yeah, I think the Raw thing is hard because I
Yep.
think they pretty much lose everybody. I mean, damn. If you asked me who won the shakeup, I would have said SmackDown because to me, SmackDown got everyone that you wanted to go, except maybe like Braun Strowman, Rollins.
I was surprised. I thought Strowman was going to SmackDown for sure.
I thought Balor was going with the club.
You know what? When Shelton Benjamin said, I want some real big competition, I thought Braun Strowman was going to come out. I honestly did.
Yeah, right. I know what the problem was. I was on my 5G on Wi-Fi. That's why it wasn't strong enough. Okay, we're back. We're back on Periscope. Sorry about that. I learned my lesson the hard way. Thank you guys for joining back. If you are coming back in here, thank you. All right. You said Balor could have benefited the most from a move. I think it could have been Strowman. I think Strowman could have benefited a lot from a move to SmackDown Live. More kind of like how Samoa Joe is. I think the same could have worked for Braun Strowman because
I'll say Bailey then.
We're never going to see Braun Strowman probably win the title on Raw. Thank you for the super hearts. You said Bailey, Justin.
Yeah.
What about SmackDown Live, guys? Who could have benefited from a move to Raw from SmackDown Live? We'll go with you first, Alex.
Don't say it, Alex.
Fuck it. I guess Randy Orton.
Okay. Good.
All right. Dave?
Usos, definitely the Usos.
Oh, yeah. I'll switch. Usos.
I froze it again. Alex says Usos. Dave says Usos. Justin?
Mr. Daniel Bryan.
No.
Ooh.
Why?
Just different change of scenery.
You think Bryan would do on Raw?
You think he could?
Roman.
I think it would be interesting. I mean,
I think from
Bryan.
SmackDown to Raw would have been definitely the Usos. I think the Usos could have benefited a lot from a change of scenery. But hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe I don't know, man. We're gonna get the tag team matches that we've been wanting to see, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think Charlotte would have been another one who could. Charlotte or Becky Lynch too. Probably more Becky than Charlotte because Becky's been on SmackDown.
Oh yeah,
drafted.
Very good point. Yeah, Becky too. Becky could have used maybe a change of scenery. Oh, also Alexa Bliss too. I think is going to be lost. If Carmella wasn't the champion, if Carmella wasn't a champion on SmackDown Live, I think she could have benefited from a move as well. But we'll see. Bucks over any tag team in the last 20 years, says Red Sox fan.
ooh, I don't know about that.
You know what I'll give the Bucks credit for? Because I watched a lot of their matches lately, last couple of days. They're probably the best tag team that uses tag team moves that are really right now. I know Motor City does it too, but I don't think no one does it to the extent of the Bucks do. And Nick is crazy.
Yeah, they're all crazy.
Nick Jackson's
crazy. Again, thank you guys. No, the Spurs are probably going to get swept, unfortunately.
They'll win one.
Thank you guys for everybody for joining us tonight. I know it was a late night show. So after starting next week, once SmackDown Live goes off air, we will be live. I will have these guys on air. We'll probably watch the main event together, kind of. So I'm going to have these guys live right after SmackDown Live ends. Don't forget, we will be live again on Saturday night with our Shoot the Shit show. And then from then on, everybody, we will be live 3 times a week. Don't forget, Tuesdays. Yeah, it seems like my internet hates me on Tuesdays. Well, I was on my wall. I was on the wrong Wi-Fi feed. That's why. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we will be back live again, kicking ass. God damn it. Impact Wrestling post show with also NXT as well. We will also continue to touch on both on Saturday shows, but we're going to go way more in depth on Thursdays on both shows. No, that's not too much. That's not a bit too much to commit to. Not at all. We are going to be able to do it. Go ahead, Dave.
One last question, if we have enough time to do it. What is one match on both? Just one match. You're going to pick one match on both for Raw and for SmackDown that you most want to see happen.
Oh, SmackDown is a little easier than Raw. Actually, no, SmackDown is really hard.
For me, I'll go on Raw.
For Saturday's
I'll go Rollins
show
versus Rude.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if I was gonna pick that for Raw, I would say, which obvious, I said it already, is Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode. Oh. You still there?
Yeah, you're starting to break up again.
Save it for Saturday. Save it for Saturday. Don't worry about it. Save it for Saturday's show.
Okay, we'll do it.
So we'll be live again on Saturday with our Shoot the Shit show. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. I Get the Tables podcast. Don't forget, if you're new to the show tonight, hit that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the internet. You guys hit us up tonight and hit that follow button. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight as well. And we will be live again with you guys on Saturday. Thank you, everybody.